Love never takes offense because love understands all things. And this is another element of having a revelation in any given situation. I firmly believe, and I do this by faith, I firmly believe that I know in any given moment what I need to know. And so I don't go out seeking after things. Now God may lead me to pray and ask for a revelation on something. That's fine. But if I don't know something about a situation, I'm not going to lift a finger as far as my own strength goes to find the answer. And as I've done that over the years, it is amazing the things that God reveals to you. Things that you wouldn't have known had. Now, the answer sometimes comes suddenly, sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. You always have the perfect revelation in the perfect time. And I'm just talking about practical daily life now. Of course, it applies also to any aspect of ministry too. So, again, the fact is we need to be seeing all things through the Father's eyes. We need to be seeking a revelation of His heart in any given situation that crosses our path, including any attempt by the devil to persecute us and throw us off the path. And when you do this, you see, then you begin to walk in the high life. And then you begin to understand all things. And that's the very place that Paul spoke of when he said, we are not ignorant of his schemes. That's the place the Christian must be. And then it's like looking down on a giant blueprint. And you can see the devil's schemes and you can counteract them at every point, every turn. And that is a good place to be. Because again, the alternative to that is allowing the devil to work behind the scenes against us and then suddenly try to spring his plan on us. Well, that's no way to do that. I mean, we've gone through years of training, and we must be a people now who are not ignorant of his schemes, because I tell you, between now and the time we leave here, we are going to be a church that puts the devil to flight, and not just to flight, but put him in constant terror of the power of the Holy Spirit abiding within us. Very important things. Now we're going to look at some scriptures in the Psalms. Psalm 25, verse 1 says, "To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul." So David is again, we're talking about heart attitude. God called David a man after his own heart. Oh, that he would be able to call each and every one of his children that. Oh, a child after his own heart. That's what we're to be. And that is the most glorious place to enter into. So David said, "To you, Lord, I lift up my soul." In other words, I humble myself before you, Father. I want you to feed my soul with the food that is needful for it. And so that I may come to know you, so that you might be in control in my life, that I might be a partaker of your divine protection. And we saw that in the life of David. When David was faithful to acknowledge God, which he did most of the time, then supernatural things happened around him. And ultimately, he entered into and fulfilled the fullness of his destiny as king of Israel. So the very same pattern is there for us. We must lift up our soul. We must have a heart cry that desires his presence, that desires his wisdom more than all the gold and all the silver.